My name is Tanya Mendoza. I come from Switzerland. I took the long way to come here to Yoruba land, to Oyo, to Ifatoki Amere Temple. This spirituality of Orisha has its origin in Africa, has its origin in this region, and is very, very powerful. In my land, there is no opportunity. I can't do initiation, I can't do a bow, I can't learn. Here, there are wonderful people, they have all this knowledge, where we lost there. So I come over here to receive this big blessing, and I'm very happy and thankful for this opportunity. And I want to advise you, Yoruban people, give thanks for this power you have here, because this is the true power to resolve all problems. Ifa knows and sees everything what you need in life. So be tough, be intelligent, and do the right step. Go back to the roots. Ashe.
Ifa is often viewed as a spiritual and metaphysical system, but when examined through the lens of modern science, it becomes clear that its principles align with some of the most profound scientific theories in physics, information theory, cosmology, and chaos theory. Beyond spirituality, Ifa offers deep insight into the structure of reality, mirroring the way scientists attempt to decode the universe. One particularly striking example of this is its connection to Maxwell's demon, a thought experiment in information theory that reveals how chaos can be transformed into structured knowledge.
The astronomer Arthur Eddington once said, "If you try to go against the second law of thermodynamics, I can give you no hope. There is nothing but for your theory to collapse in deepest humiliation." And that is exactly what we're trying to do today. The second law of thermodynamics comes in many forms, but the most well known is that the entropy or disorder of the universe is always increasing. But this can also be rephrased as the energy in the universe available to do useful work is always decreasing. Let me explain. When things are in a very low entropy or ordered state, they can do what scientists call useful work. For example, imagine a box with hot air on one side and cold air on the other. This is a very ordered, low entropy state, and this temperature difference can be used to create electricity or power an engine. As the gas reaches thermal equilibrium, the energy available to do useful work becomes less and less until eventually there's none left at all. This messy, high entropy state is pretty useless and will never spontaneously reverse into hot and cold air again, unless outside work is put in. If we use something like a heat pump to separate the hot air molecules from the cold, this box can do a lot of useful work again, but it would never have gotten back to that state unless outside work like the heat pump had been put in. What's more is that the work used by the heat pump to create this temperature difference is always going to be more than the work that the temperature difference itself can create. So we always need to put in more than what we get out. In other words, you can't get something for nothing. As the entropy of the air decreased, the entropy of the system was still increasing because of all the wasted heat used to power the heat pump. But James Clerk Maxwell of the famous Maxwell's equations didn't like this conclusion one bit. He came up with a surprisingly simple thought experiment in hope of finding another way. What if we introduced a tiny demon?
You see, in 1867, physicist James Clerk Maxwell introduced a fascinating thought experiment that challenges the laws of thermodynamics. Maxwell imagined a tiny intelligent demon controlling a small door between two chambers filled with gas molecules. By selectively allowing only fast-moving hot molecules to pass through while keeping slow-moving cold molecules in one chamber, the demon could similarly reduce entropy, which is disorder, without using energy. This thought experiment raises a powerful question. Can intelligence and information processing transform randomness into order? If our divination system suggests the answer is yes.
It seems like with information alone, Maxwell's demon has defied this almighty universal law. This baffled scientists for over a century. Confused as they were also extremely excited. This idea of getting something for nothing is enough to excite anybody, but for so long, scientists everywhere have been trying to create self-powered or perpetual motion machines. A perpetual motion machine could run without any outside work being put in. In other words, a machine that could get something for nothing. There were so many attempts. The overbalanced wheel, the capillary ball, the Oxford electric bell, but unfortunately, just as many fails. Perpetual motion machines don't work. So what was it about Maxwell's demon that was able to break this unbreakable law? Is there something special about life? Is this law only for machines and not for tiny omniscient demons? It wasn't until 100 years later when physicist Leo Szilard came along with the answer. The flaw in our system was coming from the most unexpected place, the demon's brain. To do his job, Maxwell's demon needs to be constantly measuring molecules, obtaining information, and making memories. He uses this information to lower the entropy of the box, but in doing this, he is using energy to organize all this information in his brain. Imagine the demon's brain as a clean slate. As he starts to make measurements and form memories, the entropy in his brain is increasing as he tries to sort through all this random information. The demon's brain is also a finite size, so when it gets full, he needs to delete some information to make room for more. This erasing of information also costs energy. Heat is created in the process, entropy of the system increases, and the second law of thermodynamics prevail.
The process of Ifa divination works in a remarkably similar way. When a diviner casts Akin, which is the sacred palm knot, or Okpele, which is the divine chain, the pattern that forms may appear random at first. However, the trained diviner deciphers the result, transforming what seems like chaos into structured wisdom, just as Maxwell's demon creates order from disorder. Now, the Odu of Ifa's system, with its 256 possible outcomes, acts as a cosmic information processor, revealing deep truths hidden within apparent randomness. Much like Maxwell's thought experiment, Ifa demonstrates that randomness is not truly random, it is simply information waiting to be interpreted. In this way, Ifa is not just a spiritual practice, it is an advanced system of knowledge processing, one that aligns with modern scientific ideas about entropy, order, and information. Now, in science, chaos does not mean a lack of structure. It means a complex system where patterns exist but may not be immediately visible. Ifa operates on the same principle. The seemingly random toss of Ikin or Okpele is actually a structured system of information retrieval. The patterns formed, they are not arbitrary at all. They follow a strict mathematical and philosophical principle, much like the way nature encodes order within complex systems. Now, this is akin to modern physics and information theory, where randomness is a carrier of deep, hidden structure. Through Ifa, chaos becomes wisdom, a concept that both science and spirituality strive to understand. By drawing parallels with Maxwell's demon, Ifa can be seen as an ancient, sophisticated information processing system that extracts structure from randomness, reduces uncertainty by revealing hidden patterns, uses intelligence to create meaningful order from apparent chaos. This idea is not just limited to Ifa divination. It echoes across physics, mathematics, and computing, where information is the key to understanding the universe. Just as Maxwell's demon challenged our understanding of entropy, Ifa challenges us to see wisdom where others see disorder. They recognize that even in chaos, there is a meaning waiting to be uncovered. This is the profound intersection of science and Ifa, the meeting point of ancient wisdom and modern discovery.